Moving to a different country, learning different cultural aspects, customs, habits, and things like that can be difficult. And yes, there might be moments where you probably didn't know what is expected of you, or sometimes, you're just used to different things. In today's video, we're going to take a look at social faux pas, unbroken rules that people might be guilty of doing, and that can set off kind of like strange looks from the Dutch towards these expats. Now, this is a series of 4 videos of which I try to explain how the Netherlands actually works. What do we like? What do we not like? Things like that. So the first one to look at is some expats come from a culture that is kind of like loud. Well, the Dutch don't like it that you are loud in public places. We value quiet, particularly in places in public like transport, cafes, libraries, etc., etc. So loud conversations on phone calls and things like that are kind of like, well, not appreciated. The second one is skipping the 3 kisses greeting. It is common in the Netherlands, especially among close friends and family, to basically greet using 3 alternating cheek kisses. Now, that might feel a little bit strange, but for the Dutch it's kind of like implied that you skip this. And although customs might vary in region and generation, be aware that the Dutch have this kissing greeting, 3 kisses, alternating cheeks. Try to stick with it. Now, you also have noticed that the Netherlands is a country where we do a lot of cycling. So cyclist priority is indeed something important. And cyclists are a powerful force in the Dutch transportation system. So respecting their right of way is essential. Not understanding these rules, respecting these bike rules, can frustrate the locals. And yes, that can be kind of like annoying because it affects their efficient cycling culture. Now, the next one is kind of like, everywhere, but in the Netherlands it's more of an issue. And that is the famous AUB and dankjewel. So to say please, alsjeblieft, or dankjewel, thank you. It is kind of like expected, and skipping this is considered rude and comes across as abrupt and maybe even arrogant. Now, the Netherlands is a country where most people tend to appear modest. The value of modesty is important. So dressing too formally or flaunting wealth is definitely not appreciated by the Dutch. Now, by doing that, you will come off as a person that doesn't like the Netherlands or doesn't fit in, and you might get some really nasty looks or maybe even unacceptance in certain places. Now, the next one is about arriving unannounced. The Dutch are famously organized and have everything in schedules. So dropping by without an invitation or an advance notice can make hosts feel uncomfortable, and they don't like it. They need to have the time to prepare, or might even have different commitments already planned. So arriving unannounced is not an option in the Netherlands. Now, when you get an invitation, it is also important that you bring a small gift when you're invited. That is kind of like, yes, expected. Now, what can that be? Flowers, a bottle of wine, or something like that, or something that goes with the coffee. It is just very impolite to arrive at an invitation without anything at hand. So make aware of that. Now, the next one, splitting the bill strictly or insisting on paying the bill in full. Known as going Dutch, Splitting the bill evenly or paying for only what you ordered is a common practice. Insisting on paying the full bill can make a Dutch person uncomfortable, and it is therefore kind of like a disruption in their egalization approach. Also, very important to know, don't talk too much about your salary or your personal finances. Discussing money matters. Showing off earnings is generally avoided. The Dutch are intentionally very private about their financial beings, what they earn, and prefer not to reveal much about their income or assets. Remember, they're modest. Another one is refusing foods or drinks too many times. Now, if a Dutch person invites you or offers you something like a cup of coffee or cake or something like that, it's polite to accept at some point. Refusing repeatedly might be seen as dismissive or even antisocial. So yes, if this colleague at the office offers you a piece of cake because it's its birthday, the best thing to do is just accept it. Eat a little bit, even if you're not hungry. Show that you are interested. Refusing too much is usually seen as not being polite. Now, these are 10 things that you might be guilty of not doing. So stick around for the next part, where I will teach you more about things that you might not know, but are actually the law and you have to know. So no reason actually for not knowing. So don't forget, like, subscribe, and my page. See you next video.